Welcome to Hard Traveling Geeks, a Traveler 5 actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. This is Season 1, The Brothers of Farbauti. A rules update. Since Dave asks if he can assist on almost every roll, I finally looked up that rule. So if it's feasible for someone to aid at a task, they can add their skill level only to the roll. The primary skill user still makes the roll, but they add the other player's skill level as a mod.
So my jack of all trades can basically give everybody a +1 as long as I'm doing something. Can I help out? Okay.
No. Jack of all trades cannot be used to assist.
It seems like a major loophole, if so.
It does have some pretty big disadvantages to just using it as a skill. Like, it automatically increases the difficulty of whatever you're doing.
Interesting.
But it also shields you from the "this is hard" rule, which is if you have fewer skill levels than the number of dice you have to roll, then you have to roll yet another die.
Wow.
But Jack of Trades reduces that penalty so that you don't have to worry about that. Anyway, that's not the other rule I was going to talk about. Because I expect that this one will come up tonight in very short order, if you have to divide your attention between two tasks that you're doing side by side, you can only apply half of your characteristic to each one. So if, for instance, Dinah is doing her astrogation to jump to the next system and suddenly needs to also operate sensors at the same time at any point during that 2-hour period, then she only gets to use half of her intelligence, so it's effectively 6. You can make a task hasty, meaning you're going to perform it in half the amount of time, but that increases the difficulty by 1 die. Or you can take it slow and be cautious, which doubles the amount of time you spend, decreasing the difficulty by 1 die. These rules may or may not be important very shortly. And now I would like to know, just in very broad terms, what each of your PC's religious views are. So let's start with Kazana.
Good. I just saw the message this afternoon. So, which suits Kazana, because I think growing up as she did, there's a lot of syncretism going on. I forget the name of the species that we largely shared my home planet with, the wolf-like.
The Varger.
Varger, yeah. I'm assuming they've got some kind of paganism type situation happening.
They have a culture of hero worship in most cases.
There you go. Well, yeah, so hero worship syncretism is fun because I also just finished reading Dune, so those are kind of my my reference points. You know, like harsh world, religious, not like a necessarily religious society. So I don't think Kazana is like practicing necessarily. Like doesn't think,
but she's probably like got a lot of superstitions.
Yeah, it doesn't think of religious practice as a practice, you know, because like I didn't go into that vocation, so it's just not something I think about very much. But something syncretic, just kind of enculturated.
Okay. What about Jace?
Space Pope.
You are the Space Pope, or you believe in the Space Pope?
Believe in the Space Pope. For when there was one of the many schisms, one Pope took the earth and the other took the heavens.
Okay, so you're right of Turin. And how about Dinah?
Dinah doesn't believe in any god or gods, and doesn't even really subscribe to a position of good or evil. She sees the universe more in terms of law and freedom.
Okay. And Migrant.
Is there because I'm not as familiar with Traveler as some of the other games, is there a pantheon that we're choosing from? Because I completely missed the message if there is.
There are trillions upon trillions of people in the galaxy and millions of different religions. Some of the old Earth religions have survived, but the Solomani sphere is far, far away. So, like up in the Sword World, you run into some Neo-Proto-Norse religions and a little bit of Anglicanism.
Okay.
As Greg mentioned, we have space Catholics.
Oh, right.
There are also,
okay.
There's a major religion in the Spinward Marches that believes that Each star is a divinity, and then there are some old Volani religions that are pretty widespread. But anything that you can imagine is out there, or if you just want to say, that's fine too.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm going to have to probably, just for familiarity, I'm going to have to lean more towards something like a Krom, where, that is the singular God that I believe in. Somewhat warring, somewhat brutish, somewhat. I don't feel like I have to sacrifice to him. I do pray to him, but I have to trust, my senses, my weaponry, my whatever to be, feel like I'm connected to it. That's kind of where I land, I guess.
Cool. All right. So then the space Amish. Yes. They just hold their breath. All right. So last time. Sorry, what was that?
Those poor horses with the buggies.
Yeah. They don't do so well. Last time, you made landfall on a world called Feri, which is a satellite of a huge rocky planet. You weren't on the surface for long before a group of revolutionaries abducted you and held you in their temporary base for a few hours while they attempted to either secure or destroy the starport and all of the ships therein. Jomar's decision to hide the tracking device he'd been told to wear turned out to be a good one, as it enabled you to summon the authorities to the location, which drove the rebels off and allowed you to escape to a nearby shopping center from which you got transportation back to the starport. By this time, the authorities knew that, hey, there's an insurrection going on. And so they rushed you back to the poet. Your life support had already been recharged. You were refueled and everything. And you strapped yourself in hurriedly and took off. There are 2 other ships already lifting off from their own bubble hangars, the Princess Gunhilda and the Swordfish. Above, the clamshell covering draws back and rain pelts down on your canopy. As the poet rises on its lifters, the port falls away below. And you aren't very high when there's a loud crash and a shockwave rocks the boat. The proximity alarm squeaks momentarily, and you see bits of debris fly past your canopy. A few pieces apparently hit the underside of the ship, rattling against the armor. So, switch us over to the poet's map, and I have placed you all in the places where I thought you're most likely to be. Kazana's in engineering because she's got knowledge about the drives. Jace, of course, is in the pilot seat. Migrant and Dixon with gunnery skills are in the gunnery chairs. And I put Dinah on the computer just because.
Yeah.
So then I would guess that it's probably Jace's decision about what to do immediately.
We're just over the spaceport. We just took off.
You just took off and the spaceport has exploded beneath you.
Okay.
Are there normally rules of when you're supposed to hit hyperdrive? Like within how far you have to be from a planet to do so?
If you attempt to initiate your jump drive within 100 diameters of any body, you have to be of that body's diameter, you will experience a misjump and terrible things will probably happen to you.
Sounds like fun.
I do not recommend.
And I'm also going to assume the ship is smart enough to know to make the proper angle to get out of that diameter as fast as possible.
Well, that's the astrogator's job.
Okay. Well, I'm sure our astrogator is smart enough to know how to do that. Oh, not again.
Okay, sorry, guys. I dropped, and I think it was my laptop, not because my phone remained connected, so I'm tethered to that now. We should be good.
Good to hear that.
We see participant Jacob M is having a problem.
Is it?
Failure reason error.
Just error.
Thanks, Zencaster.
That takes me back to the 80s.
Good, but I'm back now?
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am error.
All your errors are us.
Mm-hmm. So who's our official captain?
Well, by social status, that would be Kevin, because he's got the knighthood. Yeah. Practically speaking, it's probably Jace, since he's the one with the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a big stick?
It's big enough to handle all my needs.
It's oversized for this size of ship.
Oh, okay. And he talks softly?
I'm avoiding making even worse jokes.
I know. Yes, thank you.
I appreciate that. I don't market this as a family-friendly podcast, but we do tend to stay there most of the time.
Oh, and it makes me so glad. Because then I don't have to worry.
Except we do tend to eat a lot of barbecue.
Yeah. I know that whole thing about the penis.
At that time, we had the long discussion of whether or not we should let our one-shot characters become...
Drug dealers.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a surprisingly large amount of drug dealing going on in this campaign.
Hey, that came from a priest.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, so I assume that you're rising here.
Yeah, you said we felt the ship shake because some stuff hit it, right?
Yeah, it was mostly the shock wave of the
Okay.
blast destroying the starport.
And to find out the damage, do we call to engineering, or do the instruments in the bridge tell us what damage there may have been to the part of the ship, the underbelly?
You're not going to be able to get any kind of reading on if there was damage to your armor or not. Mm-hmm. It seems fairly unlikely with the speed at which those bits were going and the speed at which you were rising that it did damage you. I mean, this is a very tough little ship.
Right, so we didn't lose a bunch of panels or landing gear, nothing like that. Engine number 3 didn't go. Okay, all right.
Is our takeoff speed fast enough that we'll just kind of avoid most of the shockwave, or should we attempt to use that as some of our own propulsion to save on fuel?
Well, the shockwave has already gone by. It just gave you a good shaking and threw some debris up against your belly. But now, I mean, assuming that you're trying to leave the planet, I'll say you're currently in the upper atmosphere of Feri. There's lightning flashing all around you, and you're starting to see the bulk of the main planet through the clouds. But not all of the flashes seem to be lightning. To your starboard, you can see these occasional bright flashes localized to a particular part of the sky.
So do the flashes look like weapons fire?
It seems quite likely, and...
should we lay down suppressive fire to help them?
Well, it's extremely far away.
I didn't say we had a game.
It's in the vicinity of the high port.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to man the sensors to see if you can...
Dinah will take the sensors.
Okay.
And see what's happening around us here.
If you have the sensor skill, go ahead and roll it at 3d6. Actually, let me double check the rule on that. Sensors is range, so 7d6.
7?
Yep.
It only goes up to 6 dice, which is impossible.
Okay. Well, then roll 6 dice.
Well, I missed it by 5, which isn't bad for 6 dice for an impossible task.
All right. Well, you also get some mods from the sensors itself.
Oh, yeah. Really good equipment here would give me some bonuses, I assume.
Right. Okay, so you're getting not much. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on specifically, but you are getting some nice pings from your radiation sensors, which say that there's probably some kind of radiation going on up there, maybe nuclear weapons of some kind.
Okay. Can I tell if it's getting closer, approaching us?
No, you
or
can't.
Just off in the distance?
The storm and the ionosphere are playing havoc with your readings. You can tell that there's a lot of energy being released in the vicinity of the high port.
Yeah.
And then somewhat nearer to hand, the Princess Gunhilda suddenly veers to port, angling away from the space station.
Signs of heavy radiation here, possibly even nuclear. I recommend a hasty retreat.
Let us retreat now.
We are the brave Sir Armed Poet.
To boldly go somewhere else.
I have no objection to a strategic retreat when in a ship where I can do nothing.
Is there anything that Cosnia can do in engineering to give us a slight boost?
I mean, I can try. The ship is working, though, right? So
yeah.
I didn't know if you could, press the turbo button or something.
Yeah, my engineering is not great. I can try something. I can try something safe. Do I see anything that I could use? Because I got engineering and maneuver drives. That's what my skill is actually in.
Mhm.
Are we using that in the atmosphere?
At the moment, you're on the lifters,
Okay.
which are very efficient and high maneuverability. As soon as you're out of the atmosphere or out of the immediate gravity well, and you're switching to the maneuver drive, the ship tends to not work great. So you might want to just keep your toolbox nearby in case
Yeah.
something goes wonky.
Oh, yeah. I'll get ready to warm up or what have you.
So Jace, you're in control.
Could we?
Well, Jace is the captain. Saying Jace is in control might be a bit of a stretch.
Well, insofar as he has his hands on the controls.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you that.
And whose bright idea was this?
But to give you control or to retreat?
I think it was yours.
Yes. Well, looks like we're done here, so
I think here is done here.
potato, potato.
All right. So are you traveling just directly away from the high port?
I figure we should start just kind of pointing ourselves into the direction of our next jump.
Okay. Well, nobody has calculated the next jump yet.
Yeah. Remind me, do we have a destination?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, you are headed for Yorbund. Or no, well, ultimately to Yorbund, but Beck's World is in between. So that's where your next stop is.
Can you pull up the map for us?
I can. So Beck's World is to the up and right.
Okay. And since there's no line between them, that means the two spaces means it's not 2 jumps, but 2 weeks or whatever the unit time is.
Yeah, it's 2 parsecs. And since you have a jump to drive, you can make that in one hop. So it'll be a 1 week
Oh, okay.
journey.
Okay.
But somebody's going to need to calculate it. And remember the rules about multitasking. Since Jace is piloting, you may want somebody else to do the astrogation task.
Definitely. Well, we don't have to run the sensors during all of this. Dinah was just looking at it as we were leaving the atmosphere to see what was happening. But now that we are clear or nearly clear, she's ready to take over as astrogator unless somebody else has better than 13.
All right. Well, the
Negative.
task will take 2 hours normally.
Okay.
About this time, you see you're starting to come up out of the atmosphere, and you've got the Gunhilda ahead of you and a little to the left, and the swordfish is above you and a little to the right, and 3 missiles strike the swordfish and just completely obliterate it. They came from the direction of the high port. So, Dinah, you're starting your astrogation task.
Yeah, from the missile yield, just looking at the screen, those weren't nukes, were they?
No, but they were just standard ship-to-ship missiles.
Okay. So yes, Dinah is starting her calculations.
I want to do just the terrestrial response, and I'll whip my head back to where one would naturally think they came from. Is anything visible to the naked eye in terms of where these things may have come from?
A lot of pipes and bulkheads where you are.
Oh, yeah. Figures. That's freaky.
Based on the shape of the explosion and where the missiles probably came from, Jace and the gunners can tell that they came from the direction of the high port. Whatever is attacking out there probably detected the ships leaving and is attempting to stop them.
And our sensor man just left
The
post.
Right, the console has been switched over to calculating astrometrics instead. So, see, Migrant, you have your gunner station though, and you can see that there is. We have a Jacob. You can see that there is missile fire coming your way. So Jacob and Migrant are on guns. Who's on the laser turret?
Which Jacob is on guns?
You are.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I can occupy it as a body. I don't think I have any useful skills.
Your skills will become useful, I think, if the rolls go badly.
Let's hope so. Yeah, I can look at the laser turret and be like, that does not look like a slug rifle of any kind that I've seen.
So one of you is on missiles and the other's on guns.
Okay.
Who's who?
I'm on guns.
So
Oh,
your
sweet.
Your console has lit up. If you would like to lay down defensive fire to try and shoot these missiles down before they get to you,
Yeah.
you may do so.
All right.
You roll 1d.
So it's 1D under gunner?
Just roll 1d6
Oh, okay.
directly, because
All right.
this doesn't use your gunner skill for defensive fire.
Gotcha.
A 4? Okay, that is good enough.
Yay.
So there's a volley of missiles coming at you, and you manage to shoot them all down.
Yay.
However, there are more incoming. But since you don't have anybody operating sensors right now, you can't tell, who's shooting at you.
All right. Should I continue to lay down some fire?
Well, we'll assume that you're doing that pretty well continuously.
Okay. All right.
There's going to be missiles zipping by. You're going to be shooting at them. And each round is going to be like 15 minutes long, and there's going to be lots of stuff going on. So you can just imagine there's space battle going on.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm playing asteroids.
Sir Kevin, you can try and run the sensors yourself to see if you can resolve a target to shoot at, because you're the only one who's got a weapon with enough range probably to hit whatever's shooting at you.
Yes, I'd like to give that a go.
Right? Do you have a sensor skill?
I don't, but I have liaison.
Liaison will not help you.
Well, I have engineer. 0.
Mr. Missile, before you explode, can you tell me where you came from?
Oh, I do have gunner, though.
Yeah.
A weapon.
I think make a gunner roll at, I guess, 6, because that was the highest that I allowed for the thing to go.
Oh, for the impossible? Okay.
Yes, the impossible. But give it a mod of +3.
Wow.
Oh, okay, +3. That's only a -16.
You almost got a Yahtzee on 6s there.
All right, so you haven't been able to resolve anything to shoot at, unfortunately.
I just don't see how this happened.
All right, so Migrant, go ahead and give me another defensive fire roll.
All right.
Okay, continuing to shoot down missiles. They're getting kind of close. You're not shooting like amazingly well, but you're keeping them off the ship so far. The Princess Gunhild has taken a couple of hits, but she's still flying. The Swordfish has long since fallen back down into the atmosphere. It's gone. Dinah is about half an hour into her astrogation calculations. Jace, give me a piloting roll.
Can do.
Make it 3D.
No mod, I'm guessing.
And
Is there any chance?
actually, there is a mod
Oh.
because of the ship, and I've forgotten what it is.
Well, that's without the mod.
Oh, here it is. Okay. The mod is -1, so that's a failure. You have misjudged your angle of attack on getting out of this area, and the enemy is getting closer. Because they're getting closer, they are now, your sensors can resolve them, and you're out of the atmosphere. You can see that you've got a system defense boat bearing down on you. This is a 400-ton ship with no jump drive, so it devotes all of its tonnage to maneuver drives, weapons, and lots of missiles. But since it's now in closer range, Kevin, you can shoot at it.
Shoot now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, day weapons?
No, you're on a turret, so you're just going to have to use your gunner skill.
Oh. Or can I? This is not heavy weapons ordnance, right?
No, it is not. And actually, this one doesn't use your skill because you're at such extreme range that you're going to have to use the missile's own guidance systems. So roll 5D, and your target number is 22.
I don't really like those odds.
All right, that's a hit.
Wow.
So
All right.
it's a hit, assuming that I don't roll its defensive fire well enough. I did not. And roll 4D for damage. 9. Okay. So you definitely tag it with a couple of missiles, but it's still coming after you.
Do I know what it is?
It is a system defense boat. This is the standard kind of local defense force for the system.
Can I have a 5-second summary of why we are getting attacked?
These are probably the rebels that you escaped from last time. They destroyed the spaceport as you were lifting off, and
Oh,
if you had to guess, they're probably trying to prevent news of their rebellion from getting out of the system.
okay.
They're moving the system.
All right, so Migrant, give me another defensive fire roll.
Yeah. Let's see if this one works.
So this space patrol is attacking us. Is that manned or unmanned?
Presumably it's manned.
Okay.
All right, so that's some good shooting. Now that you've got a location of that boat, you're able to judge the vectors a little bit better. You're shooting down the missiles further out so that they're not quite so scary. Jace, how about another piloting roll?
Still a 3?
Yeah, still a 3 and a mod of -1.
Go, Jace, go. Go, Jace, go.
All right. So you managed to maintain range, so they're not any closer. See, it's been 45 minutes now. Dinah is not quite yet halfway through her calculations. Haven't been hit yet, so there's nothing yet for Kazina to do.
Could I run and help with the astrogator roll?
If you try to split your attention between shooting missiles and assisting with astrogation, then you only get to apply half of your characteristic to both of those tasks.
Oh, well, if I just go to astrogate, could I just substantially help, or am I...
Do you have the astrogation
statistically better?
skill?
Yes, I do. 3.
You could add your skill level to it. However, because there's only space at the computer console for one person, you'd have to, I guess, do calculations on your gunnery console, which would preclude doing much shooting. There's not a... Dinah's a very good astrogator, and it's not really...
Oh, okay.
It's not a
shout
big
over.
jump,
Yeah,
so she's
she's
probably
a
gonna be-
master astigator. So
I go over the radio. Dinah, do you need some help there?
She is sitting like right behind you.
did you run all the way over to talk to her?
Hey, I'm shooting missiles here.
I know.
gotta focus.
I wish you'd get to your job and shoot some more missiles.
Hey, I don't see you hitting the ship.
Hey, dude,
Not our ship.
I'm protecting. I'm protecting. You fire.
Okay, the goalie always takes the credit. Okay.
That being the case, give us another volley, Kevin.
See, I knew you could do something right.
Oh, this is gonna go great, guys.
Yeah, it is.
45.
That's a hit. Assuming they don't shoot it down.
Look at you.
Oh man, these guys' laser gunner is not very good. So give me another.
Same damage?
Yeah, same damage.
Sweet.
It's because they're scared of Sir Kevin.
All right, so then I need to start keeping track of where these are hitting.
They've never caught a bullet before.
I'm assuming that negative's not good for them.
Well, it's just the spot that it hits. What was that first damage roll? 9?
9?
15.
And then the second one is 15. All right, so they're going to fire another volley. And it's coming in. Migrant giving you defensive fire.
Oh, this better work.
I don't like hearing that.
I'm doing my best.
All right. You're still shooting them down. There's like flak explosions and stuff all around the ship. You're getting hit by shrapnel every once in a while. It's not doing any damage, but you're getting that ping, 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 ping on the hull.
Let me tell you, I'm going to have to get like a whole new top coat on this ship. Messing up the paint job.
All right, give me another piloting roll.
With another -1?
Yep.
I could be hopeful.
Oh, and you know what? I should make a... that's a good roll.
Yeah. Got better.
All right, so you are continuing to maintain distance, which is pretty impressive considering they've got much better acceleration than you do. But you're taking advantage of the curvature of the planet to just try and keep them like at the horizon, dragging through the atmosphere a little bit.
They've got better acceleration, but we've got heart.
And we've got a
Dinah?
chase.
Yeah.
Your astrogation task is halfway finished. If you want to make this a hasty task, You can be done right now, but it'll increase the difficulty.
What's the normal difficulty?
The normal difficulty for a 2 parsec jump is only 2D.
Okay. I can't fail that with my 13. I think it's a good idea for me to go ahead and try to do that.
Okay, so it's going to be 3D to make it hasty.
3 dice under 13. Yeah. Guys, I can press the quick button, and there's a 95% chance we survive. Or we wait 1 more hour.
Push the button. Push the button.
And actually, you roll 2 of those dice. I roll 1 in secret. I forgot about that because this is an uncertain.
Yeah.
We won't know we're dead.
All right. So astrogation, and I'm only rolling 2 dice, right? And then you will roll the other. Any mod?
I should check that. I think
Because of
actually
our-
there's no mod because there normally would be a positive mod, but only if it's being done on the pilot's terminal.
Oh, okay.
Because you're using the computer terminal, there's no mod.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so a 50-50 chance his secret die leaves us alive.
So it's up to you. Do you want to pull the lever and take the risk? If I rolled a 3 or lower, then you're fine. If I rolled higher than that, actually, yeah, you're fine. You're outside the 100D limit.
Okay.
I just said that you were keeping the other ship below the horizon. I'm going to hand wave that and say you're far enough away from both planets by now.
Okay.
Yay.
So it's up to you. You might miss jump.
We still have enemies pursuing with nasty missiles. I think it's worth it, and the crew seems to agree. Is that right, everyone?
Yay! Go.
Yeah,
That's
pump
one
it.
of
All right. We're pressing the fast button. We're taking the express lane.
All right. I rolled a 5.
Wow.
So we're definitely going somewhere.
So now I have to look up the rules for a miss jump.
We all wake up next to a tomb of horrors.
What if I was curious about how this worked? I give myself a curiosity bonus on it.
Well, since we were attempting to go to Beck's world, this came to mind.
For the benefit of the listeners, he has linked us to a music video from Beck.
Specifically,
Oh.
Loser.
Loser.
All
All right.
You also got links to where it's at.
Also an appropriate. So astrogation failure. So you make the jump. You spend your week in jump space. And the result of astrogation failure is blockage or scatter.
Meaning what?
Something is in between you and where you were trying to get to.
So we need some Miralax, is what you're saying.
For the universe.
Yes, for the universe. That's right. Yes.
All right, everybody get your goatees handy.
Because what does that mean then? You end up like off to the side of where you were trying to go or short of it? Is that blockage or scatter? It's like that doesn't answer the question. What does that mean?
I'm
Or that we-
looking it up now.
Run into something that was in the way.
Yeah, I don't like the word scatter. That doesn't sound nice.
All right. Astrogation failure may produce blockage. Note the roll for astrogation, which was 6, 4, and 5. Blockage is at parsecs equal to 6s minus 1s rolled. So you rolled 1 6, and so you made it halfway to Beck's world.
Oh, okay.
So the course line blocked at some point. I roll 1D. Okay. And I got interesting. All right, so you pop out of a jump far, far from your intended target because there is a very large ship in the way. Oh my gosh, this is taking things in an entirely different direction.
Huh.
We broke it again.
See, my last email to you was very appropriate. You're going to need a few more days to recover.
Yeah, I might. All right, so
So it's not a moon? It's a
it's
ship?
not a moon. It's a ship. And it has to be a pretty big ship in order to block your jump.
Mhm.
Oh my word! Like we almost ran into it.
Well, you're 100 diameters of that ship away from it.
Yeah,
So
Whoa!
you didn't like collide with it, but you're pretty darn close considering
Yeah,
the
that-
vastness of space.
Yeah, that
Right.
ship wasn't there a week ago when we started the jump, but it is moved in front of our light speed path. And the safety feature kicked in, and now we're closer to it than we probably would like to be.
No wonder my neck hurts.
Maybe we'll just find some new friends.
You can tell when it's going to rain when there's a giant ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Maybe
we
new
recognize anything about this ship, Brian? Is there any way
I'm
for us
trying
Do
to
we see it on
decide.
the
Say it again?
the screen or would we the sensor panels?
I think you're close enough to it that I mean you're only as 100 times as far away from it as it would be wide, so
Yeah.
you
Okay.
can see it with your eyes. Like
Okay.
not big, it's like coin sized.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to decide what it should be and why it should be there.
Okay. Time
Because
out.
you're still
Oh, that's true.
you're still only a parsec away from that smuggler's depot.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't seem real likely that it would be anybody that would normally be stopping at the smuggler's depot. But it might be somebody that is keeping an eye on things from far away.
hmm
So let's say that this happened just kind of like right at the edge of the Oort cloud for Feri, which you just left from. Those of you who were in the Navy, which would be Jace and Kevin, give me a 3D naval knowledge roll.
Any modifiers?
No.
Uno.
Okay. Based on the silhouette, you would say that, okay, well, Kevin knows for certain that this is a Jodani dreadnought.
Ooh.
To remind you, the Jodani are the empire right up against the edge of the Imperium here. They have fought a series of wars along the frontier, and the Jodani are ruled by their ruling class are all psionic. That's how you become
Hmm.
a politician there, is you have to be psychic. As you know, the Imperium frowns on psychics strongly. It's illegal in most places. And so there is a lot of paranoia between the Imperium and the Jodani. And the fact that there is a dreadnought here at the very edge of this system is concerning.
You don't have a picture of a dreadnought, do you, Brian?
Probably not, but let's see what I can come up with.
Okay. Just to have an idea of, scope and size and scale and all that.
How Borgish is this? Am I overreading?
Borgish? No, it's not. It's not that kind of thing. It's
Okay.
So it's not a cube or a sphere.
no. Let's see. I've got pictures for a Vipchaki dreadnought. This doesn't really give you any idea of scale.
Okay.
The scale is
Especially
that
since-
our ship is on that picture too.
Let's see.
Yeah, you see that tiny little pixel there just to the left of the stand? That's us.
Oh, wow.
See if I can find any stats on.
So the
Big.
mere presence of this would be kind of like during the Cold War if a Russian ship was off the coast of where?
Yeah. This is the Bay of Space Pigs.
Except we're the Russians in this conversation.
Okay.
A dreadnought, a Jodani dreadnought, is 645,000 displacement tons, as opposed to your 200, and has a crew of somewhere around 7,000.
Wow.
So this is a big, big ship, and it should not.
As opposed to a crew of 7.
Your fighting is probably a bad idea,
There's 5 of us. Thank you very much.
right? You lost the rest of your crew. Remember, they abandoned you.
Oh, or Jace killed him. I forget what happened to which.
All the above.
Both of those things happened. Yes.
Okay. Well,
It is almost certain that they have detected you because there's a flash from coming out of Jump's jump.
Mhm.
Hey guys, I think we have a situation.
Wait a minute. I thought your nickname was The Situation.
Well, say hello to our new neighbors.
He is from Jersey.
Just what I'm writing my pop psych book.
Yep. Can we get out of here like now?
Well, I mean,
Your fuel tanks are empty.
oh, man. Okay. We're going to have to bum a ride.
Borrow a cup of sugar.
Okay, everybody, grab your towels.
What is the Jodani religion?
Well, like
Something psionic inflicted.
like the Imperium, they have a wide variety of religions.
Okay.
I know that I wasn't planning on having any Jodani in this session, so I did not look up their religious traditions.
Good.
You were supposed to be on Beck's world.
Well, then let's go there.
Just
We give you license.
grab your towels and start working on your bad poetry.
Does anyone have an electronic thumb? Migrant does.
No, Migrant has the electronic knee, but we can just flip him upside down and shake it.
If you touch me with the intent to flip and shake, that is not going to go well. I will take my my prosthetic leg off and beat you with it. Just kidding.
What if I have Kazna do it for me?
Okay, that's not fair. I can't beat Kazna. She's too powerful.
I don't know that I could take Migrant emotionally though. He has the aura of a man on a legitimate quest. I don't know.
Yes, mission quest thing we've got going here.
And right now we need assistance, so that's why we need to put out our electric thumb. But the closest thing we got is your knee.
Look, just toss something over. Yeah, like take the life raft and toss it over towards the ship and say, "Hey, can you drag us somewhere?"
You are like in the outer Oort cloud of the Feri system, so there's enough ice floating around that you could probably refuel eventually. But you're going to want to probably address the fact that you've got this giant warship out here.
Okay, so are we...
Get out the oars.
Could we grab enough fuel, or do we have enough like impulse power to get to a planet in this system? Or are we out in space?
You would probably starve to death by the time you got back to Feri, but you can get to the ice within just a matter of hours.
Could we get back to our supply depot that we know is near here?
No, that would take another jump to get there because it's parsec over.
Okay.
So we can get to the ice or this big ship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The big ship has guns bigger than our ship.
Do any of us have any connections with this empire? Potentially. Know a cousin or something?
Has Dinah ever worked on any Jodani cases in her legal days?
If she did, it would have been probably, I don't know, what kinds of cases were you taking? I know you had, I kind of decided that you had one that was a corporate malfeasance thing. But did you ever do any kind of criminal law?
Most of it was business law, contracts, treaties, things like that. A little bit of family law here and there. Not really a lot of interstellar, interspecies law.
Yeah. There's not a lot of commerce going between the two empires. You might have encountered in your dealings with one of the mega corporations, maybe something or other like Jodani couriers or something like that.
Yeah.
But nothing on the level of military.
So, what are the odds with my weapons of mass destruction that I have weapons of mass destruction some Jodani people?
Well, there hasn't been any open warfare between the two empires during your career.
Oh, okay. That's good.
However, the Luru, on which you were stationed, was on detached deployment several times with the intelligence service. So it's possible that you may have been, behind enemy lines at some point. And I was going to say that if any of you had actually had direct contact with any Jodani, it would probably be Migrant.
I was
Other than,
going
of
to
course,
ask you.
than Bezlatan
Okay.
on the prison Hulk.
Oh, okay. So not during agency time.
Well, you might have.
Okay.
You weren't an agent for very long, but I would imagine that the investigation into this smuggling ring probably you looked at Jodani sources at some point.
Do these what could I ask if they are Brotherhood sympathizers at any level?
Did you have one of the intuitions?
To have one of
You
the
have
what?
luck. That doesn't help you.
Oh, did I have 3 luck? What was it that you gave me? 3 luck?
Yeah, you had luck at 3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That doesn't really help in this
No.
particular situation.
Not in this
Oh.
one.
The Brotherhood's pretty small, right, compared to the Empires.
Oh yeah.
So if they sympathize, it'd be kind of like they just support it because they're a thorn in our side, probably.
Well, you still don't know anything about the Brotherhood's motives.
Oh.
Why they were wanting to arm rebellions. But, I mean, I'll point out to you that a rebellion just broke out on Feri, and you've got a Jodani ship here.
Well,
So-
Feri just broke out on Feri.
Oh, okay. So maybe we don't want to. So I want to radio to everybody and go, and turn to Dinah instead of yelling at her. Does anybody have any neural inhibitors where they wouldn't be able to read your mind?
No.
Maybe make a tinfoil hat.
If only we had Scott by here to be a robot.
Yeah, y'all should have tried harder to keep him.
Well, we could still get him later.
So can't we take the wafer jacks that we have that enhance our brain? Can we not kind of rewire them to help put up some type of field, a disruption field or something?
You have part of the necessary knowledge to do this.
Okay.
The only thing that you're really missing is an understanding of how psionics work at the biological level.
Okay.
Dinah does have Jack of Trades, so maybe she's read something. If you wanted to try and put together a psi shield of some kind, you could give it a try.
I don't know if I'd trust my neurosurgeon to get his degree out of a Cracker Jack box. Yeah, maybe I can do something to help,
No.
but we're dealing with our own brains here. I would rather not just take some guesses that seem like they might work.
Well, no, and I'm not trying to say that we're going to have like pseudo lobotomies, Dinah. I'm saying,
Although that would work.
That would run reading our
We
mind.
did a what?
Can't read our minds.
That would work.
Okay, yes, that would work, but I'm not looking to go to that level yet.
Mhm.
I would just try to see, could we have something that would add some type of minor disruption so that maybe if they still were strong enough to read,
I got it.
if they were able to, you know what I mean? Just scrambles, even minor scrambles.
Here's what I'm thinking. We got some hardcore drugs, and those could be mind altering. And we use a wafer jack to create some sort of psychic powers that might be seen as psychic, and tell them that we are, what do you call it? Refugees from the Empire, because we're psychic.
Well, given what I know of the Jodani, I think that any attempt to mask our mental signatures will have us marked as spies, and their ship is a whole lot bigger than ours. I think the best.
Well, we're just needing some ice, and then we're able to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's true. They might ignore us. Probably not.
Well, we certainly would like to ignore them.
I vote 2 plans then. Plan A and Plan B. Plan A, let's just gather ice. We'll gather ice for a little while.
See what they do.
If and when that fails.
I like this. Let's try A.
If they do take notice of us, let's be mostly honest with them. By that, I mean, let's tell them that we're traitors. We had an issue leaving Feri during Feri's rebellion that we were not involved in. It just happened to be while we were there. Inform them of the rebellion and that people there need assistance. We had an issue leaving, so we have not been able to inform anybody yet, and we happened to come across them first.
Okay.
They can guarantee at least my silence. If it comes to that, I could take them on as clients. Attorney-client privilege would ensure that I could not reveal their presence to anyone, and they would be safe.
Well, and our knowledge of their presence is valuable in itself, right? Is there any way we could rig like a dead man switch that would is there any way that we could make some kind of broadcast dangerous to them just to have in our back pocket as blackmail? I don't know.
Invite their captain on board into our storage, into the lower decks.
I mean, if that would work, it would work. Sometimes.
So that's plan C is what you're saying.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have Scottbot here to open the doors.
Well, let's see. If you wanted to try and rig up a dead man transmission, you should be aware that it would take at least 6 years for it to reach anywhere. Yeah.
Darn it, light speed.
Is it conceivable that if our sensors were broke, we wouldn't be aware of their ship? Or is it just blatantly obvious because they're so close?
Given that you have clearly misjumped, it is plausible that your sensors would have been damaged by whatever caused your mishap.
Okay. So hear me, guys. We turn off our sensors, unplug them, cut the wire, act like we can't see them, send out an emergency distress signal saying, hey, we're here drifting in space. Please send help if you can. Then they think we haven't seen them.
Wait, I just had an idea about fuel as well. So they're a couple 100 times bigger than us, right?
Yeah.
Is fuel usage proportional to that?
Yes, it is.
So is there enough ice around for them to refuel?
There is. They'd have to gather it for quite a long time.
Gotcha. Because I'm wondering 2 tacks. Rather than a broadcast blackmail, try to take out their fuel supply, but it sounds like that actually wouldn't cripple them. But the other thing is we know the location of much more fuel in the form of the smuggler's depot. So we could possibly sell that information
Well,
for something.
Migrant, give me a knowledge agent roll, please, at 3d6.
I don't know though. Offering to trade information with
3d6.
offering to trade information with psychics seems a little sketchy. If we have information to offer, couldn't they just get it?
Well, you could put me aboard because I don't know the exact location. And my mind will be the least useful.
And neither do I. You pick me up on the way after.
That is true. Plus, you're a lawyer, so, how much are they really going to want to get in your mind?
Well, that's a failure, so I'm not going to offer you the information that I have in mind.
Thanks. I was going to ask for a mulligan, but I didn't think that would work.
I think our best bet is to mind our own business and start collecting ice, like we talked about Plan A.
Yeah.
If they contact us or approach us, then we just we shoot straight forward with them. Hey, here's what's going on. We were went from here to here. We misjumped. We'd like to borrow or to buy 1% of your fuel source. Would be more than enough.
Can I borrow a cup of hydrogen?
Exactly.
Works for me.
Yeah, but we don't want to shoot that out. We want to just ask, right? I was playing on your words. Sorry, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it sounds like you've got a general consensus on the pretend to be blind plan.
Yeah, I like that plan. Let's do it. I'm in
I should
favor
definitely
of it.
make one of you roll to determine if this works, but I'm not certain.
How many of us need to roll?
I'm inclined to make one of you roll, but I'm not certain what should be rolled.
Acting?
Oh, I got you.
okay. Are we going to do an emergency signal? Because that could be an actor, basically. Or like a...
I could buy that. Actor roll.
I've got actor 9. assuming it's based on social.
Yeah, I think social
two
would make
ranks
the
in
most
it.
sense.
Who's got the highest acting if we do that? I got 11. Not the
You're better than me.
skill.
I got 9.
Yeah, I think Kevin's probably got it just on the basis of the social stat.
Yeah, I'm at a 9.
All right, and I'll take a look at Jace's just in case, but he has fewer skills than the rest of you to
He has
start
a
with.
long career in musical theater
Yeah.
that we haven't heard about yet.
And his social stat is 5. So, yeah.
He almost got the part of Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor poet ship.
All right, so I guess Kevin is making an actor role.
This should be good.
See if we can give you any kinds of bonuses from
So
Whip.
that is a good question. Would it be? It's the same same speed of processing if I do a recorded message versus if I do like text to speech. That would be suspicious. Would that be suspicious?
I would guess. What's your motivation for wanting to do it that way?
Oh, so one, they wouldn't be able to tell. Two, if you sent out something like that, you could send it and it could easily be translated. You could maybe have auto translation to a couple different languages. So you're more likely to get a response maybe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because we are going for the ice. This is kind of we might need help. We do need help if we can get it.
Let's see, ship's bonuses. I don't see anything about the communicator having any bonuses, so it's just going to be your role.
The ship didn't go to theater school.
But because of that idea, I'm going to make it a little less difficult. So I'm going to make it a 3D roll.
Oh no!
So
Okay.
no automatic success for you, but
Okay. Would that still be acting, or would that be some sort of computer usage? I guess.
I could let it be either.
Okay. Who's got a computer usage? Maybe no, liaison does. I can't just liaison with everything. I'm going to remember that.
The only way you'd be able to use liaison is if you were representing another organization. So if you wanted to be a representative of the Imperium in this situation, which technically you could be as a knight, then you could use liaison. But that would definitely
Yeah, we're not doing that.
color the encounter differently.
We want to sound like we look like a traitor, right?
Yes.
And it would be conceivable for a traitor. We could put in where we were actually trying to go. That's conceivable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or would we have to be a smuggler or something?
No, I mean, a jump from Feri to Beck's world is completely plausible for a trading vessel.
Would the author skill help out with the acting?
The which?
The author?
I think it would be one or the other.
Okay.
Because we would be authoring a message.
Yeah.
That would probably be better odds for me, since I've written several books, at least one book.
It does put you at a 13 instead of a 11 because you'd use intelligence. I find it interesting that you don't actually have any skill levels in author.
Well, no one said I'm no Mozart.
The books aren't good; they're just published.
It's true of most books.
Okay, so I'm happy with
Every
that.
book I've ever read was indeed published. Well, no, that's not true.
Oh, that's true. I've read. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Most of the books that I've read were published. So it's 3d6 either way.
Okay. Then I want to do author. Did any of y'all have any authoring? Because maybe they can help me think up the wording or
Yeah,
whatever. And get a slight bonus.
I've got 1 rank in it. I can give you a +1.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
So that would be, if I understand, it's a modifier of 1
Mm-hmm.
with 3D. Okay. Am I good to roll?
Yep.
Okay. Drum roll.
3. Okay. So then the Jordani will buy it. You move toward the ice and you start scooping. And so instead of sending out fighters, they send a gig. So there's this 40-ton small craft that launches from the ship and is coming your direction.
Gotcha.
It is armed.
Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
what?
It is armed,
So
but
we did shut off our sensors, right? Because otherwise we're totally bogus.
I assume that you did, yes.
Okay, so we're going
Mhm.
totally by visuals.
But we're probably facing the ice cloud right now, not even facing them.
Yeah,
No, right. So you don't know that the gig is coming.
We got multiple windows, right?
We probably have passive sensors of some kind, right?
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Since you've obviously got a communication system working, since you were able to send out your distress signal.
Mhm.
So about 45 minutes later, you get a signal back. Very accented voice says, "Armed poet, we have received your communication, your distress signal. We are prepared to offer assistance. Please shut down your engines and allow us to board your craft."
Well, guys, I guess that's a yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
See-
Let's shut down. Let them say hey.
So the drug idea, so they can't read our minds.
Okay, so the drugs that you have are dominants. They are useful for making people more suggestible and doing what other people tell them.
Okay, never mind. Of course, we don't know how psionics work. We don't know if they can read our memories, read our mind
That's true.
as we stream of consciousness, but we don't know any of that.
If you really want, I can dose you with the pipe to the head a few times.
But can they read my mind in my sleep?
You don't know. You have no idea what the capabilities of a psychic are.
Imperialist, so
You know that a psychic is capable of assisting an artificial intelligence to transfer itself into a brain dead human.
oh crap. Okay. What I'm thinking is we should drug anyone with good information. Nobody's going to trust Dana, so we don't have to drug her.
Dinah?
Yeah, Dinah.
But again, your drugs will only help make it easier for them to interrogate you.
No, I mean knock us out. Like everybody go take sleeping pills.
Like anesthetic drugs, not the dominants. I see.
Yes. Well, not too obvious though. Like, okay. What do you think, guys? Medicated sleep or no?
I'm going to say no this time.
Not for me. This is time to negotiate a deal. That's what I can do.
I'm curious.
I liked Jace's idea of being mostly honest.
Okay. Honesty, that's a new one.
Well, yes.
We've never tried it before.
And mostly honest is even newer.
Last time I was honest, I got married.
No group of PCs has ever tried being honest. All right, so Jace, do you shut down the engine?
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right. So they pull up and affix a boarding airlock to your. You know, they're going to be nice and bold. They're going to come in the hatch on the bridge.
Oh, wow.
The hatch opens and a uniformed woman comes down. Her hair is in a tight braid on the back of her head, kind of wrapped, and she looks at you all with a cool expression and says, "Who is in charge, please?"
Can we all point at Jace?
Nudge Jace forward.
The rest of us all take a step backwards.
Yeah.
Leaving Jake in front.
I extend a hand forward towards Jace and step backwards. So yeah.
Yep.
He's the mostly most honest of us all.
I am smart, but I am not charismatic.
She looks you over and she says, "We understand you are having systems failures."
Yes, we were at Feri, and a revolt started while we were there. We barely made it out in time, but in the ensuing escape, we were not able to make our full jump, and We have ended up here. We've been trying to harvest as much of the ice as we can, but it's a very slow go.
Yes, we are able to help you. We will send you on your way. However, unfortunately, we have certain interests in this system that it would be inconvenient for us if the Imperium knew we were here. So I'm afraid we must detain you for a time.
You seem to think we want the Imperium to know we were here too.
Yes, I see your point, and I suppose that there is something. I could believe you, however, there is much riding on our secrecy here, and in fact, it would be better for us if no one knew what was happening on Feri either. So, if you would please to climb back up into the airlock, we will take you to the Huskrasna. I'm going to have to remember that name. Huskrasna?
I was going to say Gesundheit. I'm
How's
glad
that
this is
spelled?
recording.
Can anyone of you spell Huskrasna?
Houck.
I don't even know where you'd start.
Ranadsta.
Husrasna.
Yeah.
To the Husrasna.
There is a hus at the beginning.
Is
Two
it
husses, actually.
Rasna?
Huskrasna.
No, it's not quite. I think that's Russian for age.
You mean like cheese or wine?
Wait, what?
Well, you said it was aged.
Oh, age, like the number, name.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I'm sorry. I got you.
Like, I am 20 years of age.
If I may offer an alternative, keeping us in the hold is going to take a lot of time and resources and waste a lot of your attention that could be focused elsewhere. We may have a couple of things that would be of interest to you if we just get a little fuel in return and not speak anything. And we would love for the favor to be returned and our presence not be announced either.
Ask for an NDA.
Of course, a mutual NDA. That's exactly what a spy needs to.
Can't they just...
Well, I have several boilerplate NDAs here in my briefcase if we need those.
You say you have something you could offer us. What would that be?
I was going to say we could offer the last known location of a human-computer hybrid with all of the intelligence of, I forgot what faction he was from.
Snitches get stitches.
Psh, he ditched us.
He's my
And he's a
son.
murderer.
I don't know that he ditched us. Did he really ditch us?
We sent him on his way with a backpack and a smile.
And he's a murderer. He did launch 2 people out of the airlock.
Oh, well, okay.
Well,
So that won't hold
plus
up in
the
court.
people that he murdered at the gash. So
That too. That was a lot of
he's killed
people.
at
Though.
least 5 people.
I think there was some coercion that happened as far as that airlock was concerned. Are we
There
fighting
was-
amongst ourselves? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
I was going to say it wasn't that much coercion. It was one statement. There was no threat. There was no negotiation.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I mean, he is a computer.
at that point, was he sentient enough to actually commit crimes?
No, I don't believe that.
I
Exactly.
believe he was fully sentient at all times. He just had no moral compass.
Well, the moral compass, I think he probably took yours then.
I was going to say, I don't think any of us ever trained him to have a moral compass, so I am not alone in that blame.
Well, now
Hey.
hold on. I've got a pretty good one.
Then
Have
why didn't you spend more time with him and train him how to be human?
I tried, but he wanted to hang out with you more.
Because I'm more fun. I'm the fun parent.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's define. Can the Zodani tell that we're like arguing and bickering? Do they enjoy this?
She's just looking from one to another of you, waiting for you to make a decision. Her face is completely impassive. You have no idea.
On the mentioning killing a.
Again, we didn't do the killing. The robot did the killing.
Look,
Are we all not robots of fate, though?
so all we really want to do is just go on our way and forget that we saw you, forget that we were ever on Feri. We want to put that entire situation behind us and get up to what we were going to be doing to begin with. And anything happened along the way, it's nobody's business.
This is all very fascinating, but I believe you offered me something in return.
Of course.
And you have not yet said what that was.
I made an offer.
We have some cargo.
Oh, yes.
We have some money, not much at the moment, because we have a lot of cargo.
And what is the nature of this cargo?
I forget. We still don't have those space gerbils, do we? We got rid of the animals a while back, right?
No, you're taking those to Yorbund. You have the alphadoxins, you have the military weapons, and a few tons of the pharmaceutical dominance.
I wonder if dominance would be useful to them at all.
That might be interesting.
But of course, they could always just take it. I've been meaning to ask, what can I streetwise read of them? Do I, like, how much of a risk is it to go to the second location? Is this a, like, we should stand and fight for our lives kind of thing, or they seem to be bargaining in good faith?
Well, go ahead and give me a streetwise roll. I'm going to set the difficulty pretty high, though, at 4d6, since this is not a real world kind of person.
We'll see. Yeah.
No.
I'm just squinting at them. Obviously.
Squint harder.
It's not working. It's all going dark. They're in my mind.
Brian, is there a general knowledge of other cultures, empires, etc.? What do I think that they would be most interested in of the things that we have? Or would that just be my broker or advocate skill to work on a deal?
Tell you what, let's make this a personals test. And you can use your broker as a mod.
Okay. So my broker skill is 6 ranks for a total of 17.
Well, just the skill as the mod.
All right. So a +6 mod onto whatever.
And so this is a persuade.
Okay.
Which is 3 dice. And what is your strategy? I think really only appeal to and charming would be options.
Appeal, discussion didn't sound like it. So this is persuade, appealing to.
Okay. And your tactic?
Is going to be maybe begging or polite. That looks like the only real ones that would fit.
Okay. Which one?
Or pay, I guess. But they're all at the same times too.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm just going to decide that it's pay because that's what you're trying to do. You're essentially trying to bribe her.
Okay. Yeah.
And can I give him a luck point?
No, but you can roll luck if this goes badly.
Okay.
And then since you're using your broker as a mod, I'm not going to allow you to use the 5 laws.
Those mods, okay, yeah.
So see, 3 times 2 is 6 plus, what did you say? 6?
6 ranks, yeah.
All right, so your target number is 12 on 3 dice, which is not bad.
Yeah, with a mod of 6.
Well, that's the total. The total target number is 12.
Oh, okay.
Because you started with a base of 3, it was doubled to 6, and then you add 6 more.
All right.
11. Okay, so that barely succeeds.
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
so you're offering her the the dominance?
Well, I was hoping to determine what she would want most.
Right.
Ideally, I would offer the pets first, the dominance second, and the weapons last.
A warship is not going to have any use for a lot of fuzzy critters that can't survive in their atmosphere.
That's the trouble with tribbles.
Yep.
True.
You need to send a present to the kids back home,
The dominants seem likely if they are spies, and that the weapons. I mean, they've got a crew of 1,500 Marines on that ship, so it doesn't seem real likely that your load of Imperial.
Yeah, two boxes of weapons aren't going to do a lot for them.
Right. So she says, "Very well. How? I will take you back to my commander, and he will negotiate this, and we'll see what can be done. Please, into the airlock, all of you."
Thank you. We appreciate your courtesy and response. And Dinah will go into the airlock.
Can someone stay behind and just keep watch?
We will leave behind the fighter to watch over your ship. Please, everyone must come with us.
That's very kind.
Okay, thanks.
Is everybody going?
Oh yeah, I'm complying.
Oh, yeah, we're complying.
I'll comply, but reluctantly, so I'll be at the end of the line.
And Jace?
Yeah, I'll even take the front.
All right. So she follows you up into this airlock, and then you're on the gig, and there are several more Jordani officers, including a handful of what appear to be Marines. They've got swords and rifles, and they're armored. And they take you back to the Dreadnought. Man, this is way out of hand.
Are swords usually used in combat? In this universe, are they ceremonial?
They're largely ceremonial, but anybody who's carrying one knows how to use it. And they're handy because fights on ships tend to take place in very close quarters, and you don't want to be shooting holes in the skin of your...
Makes sense.
Are these just normal metal swords, or are they like lightsabers, or?
You can't tell from looking at them. They might be vibroblades.
Okay.
But if they are, the activation triggers are hidden, which is not uncommon. So you get back to the Dreadnought. The gig docks in a large hangar, and there are Marines and sailors everywhere. She marches you to a small conference room, and there's somebody with a couple more stripes on his uniform there, and she says, "The crew of the merchant vessel has a lot of pharmaceuticals, interrogation drugs that they wish to offer us in exchange for their freedom. I told them that I would bring them to you and let you negotiate."
Well, ideally, our freedom and enough fuel to get where we're going.
The other officer nods his head, strokes his chin, says, "Fuel, this is no problem. However, it would be inconvenient for us if news of our whereabouts were to leak. I'm afraid that we must detain you. The offer of this pharmaceuticals is very generous, and it will definitely go a long way to ensuring your safety among us. However, until our mission here is complete, we cannot risk any information leaks. Now, I thank you for coming along very quietly, and I would wish to extend to you some small measure of hospitality of my vessel. The Husrazna is, of course, a military ship, and we cannot allow you to roam freely. However, we do have state-of-the-art medical facilities that we would love to give you a once-over, make sure that you are not carrying any diseases, parasites. We understand that there was some trouble with sickness in a nearby system. We wish to make sure that you are not carrying that. So if you please, make your way to the medical bay for testing.
Very well. Although I can assure you, we have no interest in sharing information of any kind with anyone outside this ship.
Be that as it may, I'm sure you understand the restrictions of a military operation.
Oh yes, we've all served in some way.
Yes, of course.
Don't say that.
So, are any of you going to object to the testing?
No, but I'd like to pay attention to see if I can tell what exactly it is they're doing.
Okay.
Well, it just depends on what the testing is. I mean, but I guess we find out once we get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're not going to be injected with nanite explosives or anything.
Well, that or having to get certain probes that don't need to be probed right now.
All right. So you're conducted to a medical facility. They permit you to draw your own blood so that you can be sure that they're not injecting you with anything and they're not doing anything untoward. Kevin examines the instruments to make sure that there's nothing suspicious there. But then the tests that they begin are very peculiar. They're not invasive, and a lot of them don't seem to be terribly physical either. I would like each of you to roll, actually, each of you except for Migrant, because he's already made this roll. Roll 2d6 for your psi stat. All right, so then you have to subtract your life stage from your roll. Life stage is on the right-hand column of the Sophont Traits tab.
That makes it a 2.
So if I have stage 5 at -5?
Yeah, it'd be 0 is the lowest it can go. So not psychic at all.
Okay, so what did I roll? I rolled 11.
Oh, wait, no, you rolled 11. So if you're stage 5, then your psi stat is 6.
Okay. How old is everyone, by the way, while we're at that? In the game.
Late 30s, 34 for Dinah.
I am also 34.
31.
32.
27.
Oh, no, I'm 37. Wow. Oh, you babies. Am I the oldest person here?
And
yes, you are.
Dinah is 40. Sorry, I looked at the wrong thing.
All right, Dinah was a little
Five of those
older, I
years
forgot.
don't count because you were unconscious, right?
I think by birth date she's 46 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But physically she was only 40.
Oh, okay.
The Thanos flip.
Yeah. All right. Given those results, Kevin
Yes.
has tested well enough to actually be psychic.
Yeah.
So now I need to look up those rules. I'm going to look up those rules later because they're pretty complex. But the physician tells you that because of the results of your testing, you are going to be accorded some honors that the others are not qualified to receive. And if you would like, you are invited to remain aboard the Husrazna and be returned to Jodang to learn how to use your abilities. But that's completely up to you.
Ooh. Okay.
In the meantime, they're going to just hold you for 2 weeks until they're done with whatever it is that they're doing. And at the end of that 2 weeks, they release you, put you back on your ship, which is fully refueled, and you're permitted to go along your way.
Thank you very much.
And as soon as they've put you back on the Poet, the dreadnought jumps away. So now I need to find the calendar and add 2 weeks to the. So we are in a new year, 3rd day of the 1st month.
Could one of us add a 0 in knowledge of these people since we partied at New Year's with them?
Actually, I'm going to say, yeah, all of you can add knowledge Jodani
I'm gonna have to learn how to
at
spell
rank
that.
1.
At
Because
what?
at 1. Because you did spend some time, learning about them, learning a little bit about their culture, and you were being hosted aboard a military.
Sampling delicious Giordani dishes.
Right. Hosted aboard a Jodani warship. So those of you with military experience were able to at least glean a little bit of information about their procedures and so forth. You didn't get a lot of information because they're still concerned that you might be spies, but they're evidently not here to cause a lot of problems. When you get back to the Poet, you see that somebody has gone through your cargo and taken note. They've opened up each crate, so they know what you were carrying, which actually probably worked in your favor because now you definitely look like smugglers. And also, since we have entered a new year, do you remember what I was talking about with the hobby skills?
Ooh.
No.
you may designate a hobby, and any skill that falls under the umbrella of that hobby can be promoted by one rank, whether it's the skill that you actually use to set it up or not.
Okay. We did that already, or are we doing that? Because I have notes on one.
Right. This was something that I had asked you to think about and maybe write down a while back because I knew this was coming up.
Yes.
A jack of trades is not eligible for that, or
No.
is it?
So do you basically need to be able to make a total of 12 somewhere already?
Yes.
Okay, and then you get to raise that by.
You get to raise
One.
a skill that is related to whatever hobby it is that combination justifies.
Okay, I see.
So it looks like in your case, pretty much just Teamster qualifies.
Yeah, I think it was gonna be athletics-ish.
Oh, athlete. Yeah, might. So if you're looking at something like that and you're saying that you're using your Teamster skill to justify a hobby, it's like it could be anything from, hey, I like to go horseback riding to I collect briar ponies,
Yep.
Since I am the default captain and talking to people, I know what I'm going to do.
What is your hobby?
Leadership.
So in your spare time, you lead people?
I have been reading books on leadership, like how to make friends and not launch them out of the airway.
How to lose friends and make enemies. Oh, wait, that's all right.
That's my rules. It is.
All right, so with that in mind, you've got a hobby of personal social development and leadership techniques. What skill would you like to raise?
Oh, leadership.
Leadership itself? Okay.
Yeah, I have the leadership skill. And it was a 13, now it's a 14.
Kevin, you said you had one written down?
Yes, diarist.
Right. So then any skill related to your diary writing, what would you like to raise?
And I'd like to do authorship. Author.
Okay.
Is that a skill? Is diarist a skill you have?
No, it's just a hobby.
Oh, okay. What was the skill that you based that off of?
Authors, and I almost went with medical, like my medical journals, but I want to get better at writing. Since I'm
he can justify just about anything with his 13 intelligence.
That's true.
I write a diary about how to. Oh, can I write a diary about gun slinging? No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind.
Yeah,
At that time, you shot 2 people in the back.
I did not shoot 2 in the back.
One of them was in the back, and they also went out the airlock.
One was in the back, and one was facing me. And they were both cannibals. This was not at all morally great. This was morally good. So I guess you could say that it's not eating my conscience like they would have been doing.
And again, out the airlock.
Yeah, but she was already dead when she went out the airlock, so I don't think that counts as much.
No, that's why I like how the 2 lives went out the airlock. And 2 other bodies. If we ever make it back there, could we harvest the water from their frozen corpses like ice?
You wouldn't get a whole lot of hydrogen out of it, but I suppose you could.
That's how you get dead space happening. So
I thought you were going to say that's how you get space lice.
Hey, it's just the ghost in the machine.
We did give a space disease last time we touched dead bodies.
It's true.
Oh, my word.
Don't worry. We won't make barbecue out of them. They're probably too freezer burnt.
Right. I knew that was going to go somewhere.
All right. Migrant, do you have a hobby in mind?
I have no idea. Was there a list that you had that we were supposed to look at?
No, it was just...
Off the top of our head, based on the skills?
Yeah. It's very free form.
Yeah.
If I might make a suggestion for you, it seemed like your electronics workbench might be something...
I did see him fiddling with it all year.
I kind of thought about electronics, but I also thought that I have my time in agency, I was really kind of drawn towards the forensics. So,
Which forensics is this? Is this the like storytelling
Public speaking.
ish, or the public speaking forensics, or the dissecting corpses forensics?
actually, it is tied to my electronics and computer work. And so it'd be more of dissecting digital things.
Oh, like Scottbot.
Yes.
So
No, I mean,
your
I like your
camera-
suggestion, Brian. So I could go with the electronics because it probably would be easier. Go ahead.
What if the hobby that you enjoy so much is like surveillance and counter surveillance?
Oh,
That would fit
yes.
both of them.
Yes, very much so.
He's a casual spy.
So
Very much so. Yeah.
John's camera.
Do I put that on the sheet somewhere?
Yeah, you put it on maybe the history tab somewhere.
Okay.
I think there was a like the
Other
other
notes?
notes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Cool. Thank you.
So what skill would you like to raise?
Would that be under comms or tactics?
You
Ooh, or
could
maybe
do either of
recon.
them. Yeah, all of those are justifiable.
Okay. Let's go under tactics.
Okay. And how about Dinah?
Are personals eligible?
No.
Okay.
Nice try, though.
A query would kind of make sense with her lawyer background. Then let's go for streetwise and add that as a skill. It's the kind of thing she should have had already as a lawyer.
You can't add a new skill. It has
Oh,
to
okay.
be
I thought
one
you said
you
we
already
could
have.
at one rank. Okay.
I don't think so. Actually, let me double check that. I should make sure that I'm telling you the truth. So no, it does have to be a skill that you already
Okay.
possess, because this reflects you're using that skill over the course of the past year.
Okay. Then we'll make it history. With all of the time she missed out on, she's been catching up a lot.
Right. So I think that's everybody, right? Oh, no, I didn't get Jacobs.
I don't think I've gone yet.
Right. So what are you thinking?
So I'm thinking that my hobby has to do with the Teamster thing. And thankfully, I think, hopefully this works, because this is based on a real life thing. I like doing races, but imaginary ones. So I game it all out, right? Like on paper.
Fantasy horse racing?
Yeah. So, and I'd like to have started learning how to program that to automate some of the calculations
Ooh.
to build a computer.
I thought maybe go with gambling.
That's cool.
Gambling can also go with that, but I like computer seems useful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That works for me.
Yep. It's based on the Australian author Gerald Murnane, if any of you are familiar. He's written a bunch of novels and short fiction, but his real life's work is that he's created this whole imaginary country, and then he like uses dice to determine the results of horse races that are happening in this false history of a
That's
imaginary place.
Very Tolkien-ish. Invented an entire mythology just to justify his making up languages.
Yep.
I learned a new word today. The tendency for children to create imaginary worlds. These imaginary worlds are called paracosms.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Paracosms.
All right, so during all of these jumps, Kazana is spending all of her time programming simulated horse races into the ship's computer.
Why is the computer running so slow?
I was going to say, it's like a modem, right? It's like, you have to get off the phone.
Somebody installed SETI on it.
We have to jump into hyperspace. Come on.
I came in here to make some astrogation calculations.
I'd like to have over the last year wrote a spy novel about my gun, a guy who has no resemblance. That's nearing ready publishing.
Okay. I guess I can get back to, what time is it? 7:14. My actual real notes, and we can get like 2% into the session that I was planning on doing. All right, so you break out of jump space at long last, reasonably proximate to the planet. Your communicator immediately begins picking up a great deal of unspecific radio chatter from the planet, mostly in the form of advertisements and music. One particularly entertaining news item is an interview with a sailor who claims to have been on a ship that was attacked by a multi-tentacled sea beast in the ice floes of the southern seas. Aside from that, the starport's beacon is nice and strong, but unlike most worlds you've visited, this one doesn't initiate any direct contact with you. It's a hefty planet, diameter of about 14,000 kilometers, which makes it 20% larger than Earth. The atmosphere is dense but clean, and about 60% of the surface is covered in ocean. Most of the cities appear to be clustered around the largest sea, but there are settlements in numerous other areas as well. From the sounds of the transmissions and the complete lack of any other apparent space traffic, even in low orbit, you'd guess that at least part of the TAS report on this world is accurate. It's quite low-tech. However, it's evident that some of the other data is wrong, because this world is supposed to be scarce in water and have a very low population of only around 100,000 people. But your scans are showing a very lush and well-populated world. So how do you wish to approach?
In the stuff we're picking up, it doesn't sound like it's like Pirate Planet or something, right?
Nope. It sounds like a typical low-tech world with some commercial activity.
And our purpose here was just to refuel and jump again up to Yorpin again.
Well, this was one of the places where you estimated it might be a good place to sell off those weapons, because it's a low-tech world, and you would probably make quite a killing selling high-tech weapons on this very low-tech world.
No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody's going to be making a killing.
Yeah.
True.
So, are we going to be able to have a whole, Scrooge McDuck feeling after this of rolling in the credits?
It's not. You're not going to make that much money, but you're going to make more here than you'd make pretty much anywhere else selling them. Assuming you can find somebody willing to buy.
If we pull a lot of money, we could take turns swimming in the money.
Well, you turn off the graph plates, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
if we
I'm all
want to
for
offload these,
making
what's
some
our
money
best bet? We looking for a city? We looking for something more rural? Is there any obvious, military installations anywhere?
Well,
who is our customer here?
The typical thing for travelers to do would be to go ahead and land at that starport that the beacon is saying is here. You do see, as you approach, that it's hard to get a look, at specific military deployments or anything. You don't see any signs of space traffic at all, no satellites, nothing that looks like it would be threatening to your ship. There are a number of transmissions that are encrypted, so you think there's at least some kind of military or intelligence activity going on down there, but it's hard to say exactly what it is.
Can sensors pinpoint? Are they all coming from a central area?
No, they're scattered across the planet. I mean, they're more concentrated around the cities, so they're probably garrisons of some kind.
Well, Captain, what do you say? Stop at the spaceport and gas up?
I vote for that.
All right. Well, hearing no dissension, I'm going to assume that that's what you do. So then you were evidently spotted on approach, because by the time the poet settles onto the pad, there are a number of armored vehicles present. You're met at the foot of the forward cargo ramp by a trim, middle-aged man in a very crisp and uncomfortable-looking uniform. He sports a buzz cut, several medals, and he wears his sidearm, a slug thrower, with the comfortable familiarity of someone who carries it habitually. He also, incongruously, has a shiny green umbrella in one hand. It is not cloudy nor raining. He has 3 subordinates with him, each similarly, easy for me to say, similarly attired, but with fewer decorations. They're all carrying umbrellas as well. The nearby troop carriers have dismounted men in more workaday battle uniforms, body armor, rifles, a couple of heavier machine guns, but they're not setting up for an attack as far as you can tell. Several of them also have umbrellas, but they're strapped to backs or packs. 1 or 2 are wearing them at the hip like swords. The leader gives you a salute with an odd flourish and then steps forward, reaching out to shake Sir Kevin's hand. Although I should ask Kevin, do you usually wear your sash that identifies you as a knight? I should have asked this when you were talking to Jodani.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So he identifies you as the likely person in charge, extends his hand. Welcome to Beckstown in Mogren's name. I'm Major Alsfarine. What do you want?
We're just here to refuel, my good man.
Well, canal's right over there. We got some pumps. You're welcome to it. If you have any trading to do, that's perfectly fine. Just keep your noses clean. No weapons, no fights, no troublemaking.
Certainly, we of course wish to entirely respect this place, this fine place.
So if we wanted to stay the night and stretch our legs, not cooped up in a ship, what would you recommend?
Well, there's plenty of hotel space, restaurants, the like in the city. If you walk down to the end of the driveway down there, there will be probably somebody willing to take you wherever you want to go. They see a ship coming and the cabbies line up for it.
All right, we deeply appreciate it.
The fuel available here is in the form of just water, so your ship is going to have to refine it yourselves. And as I recall, that takes an hour per ton. That means refining your fuel is going to take 36 hours.
Nice.
Okay.
It's a good nap.
And we do have enough money for walking around, meals, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Generally, the exchange rate between credits and local currency is favorable enough that I don't even bother to track your incidentals while you're in port unless you're doing things like buying vehicles and that kind of stuff.
Or horse betting.
Or horse betting, right?
We'll probably need some more space hamster food or whatever it is they eat. If they're still alive after our unexpected 2-week stay.
We'll assume that they're still there and going. There was enough supply to account for unforeseen delays.
Okay.
All right, so you get the pumps going and the processors doing their thing. Is anybody staying back, or are you all going into town?
I'm going in.
Yeah, I don't want to stay back.
I'll stay back with the ship.
All right.
Dinah will go into town.
You can easily maintain contact, so you can still participate in conversations and everything through your comms.
Yep.
So then the starport is actually surrounded by this fortification. It's not like anything that looks particularly dangerous to the poet because this is all tech level 4 weaponry. They've got some artillery, but nothing's going to crack your shell. But as you're walking across the open ground between the landing pad and the gate, you can't help but feel a little bit vulnerable because it's not like you're wearing personal armor other than Dinah. However, the soldiers don't seem inclined to attack you or anything. They're just general military paranoia from what you can tell. As you pass through the gate, however, there's a young man there who kind of nervously hands each of you a blue umbrella.
Oh, thank you.
And just outside the gate, there's a brown-skinned man with this poof of curly white hair. His umbrella is red with polka dots, and he's leaning against a wheeled vehicle. He's dressed in civilian clothes and is unarmed, but he studies each of you suspiciously. Saw you come down, 2 credits each, and I'll drive you anywhere you want to go. The vehicle looks like a bit like a passenger van if it had been built by Rolls-Royce in the 1940s. It's in immaculate condition and obviously very well cared for.
Sounds good. We'd like to get a hotel.
Hotel, all right.
Hop in, and once we're in, I want to ask him, perhaps using my curiosity skill as well, or intuition, what's the deal with the umbrellas?
The umbrellas, he looks a little bewildered and uncomfortable, and like he has to really stop and think, and says, "Well, you have to have an umbrella. It's. I guess it's like you're not from here.
We are not at all.
Okay, I see you're all wearing pants. Now, I assume if you went out somewhere without your pants, that would be uncomfortable, right? People would look at you funny.
Right.
Right, so that's kind of what the umbrellas are like. You have to have your umbrella.
Perfectly understand. Makes total sense.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I'm Raikuk, and you wanted to go to a hotel. So are you looking for, posh? Or are you looking for,
Mid-range.
mid range? Okay. So I can find you that. So he drives out, joins the traffic. He drives carefully and attentively. And Jace points out that maybe the military needs the weapons. It seems likely that it would be easiest and safest to sell them to the military, who obviously control the spaceport, than to try and smuggle them out into the town. Since and Migrant, you notice immediately that as you've driven off, you have a military escort of some kind. They're not being like crowding you or anything, but they're obviously following you.
So where am I going?
Well, you're not in
yeah, I was just I'm staying with the ship, but so I watched them go away with an escort.
Yeah, you notice one of the personnel carriers follows the car out.
Okay. Can I comms the guys?
Of course.
Okay. Hey guys, while you're out there, just watch your six. Looks like you've got a little bit of a tail. Doesn't seem to be aggressive, but just be careful out there.
Dinah doesn't give any indication to the cabbie that she heard anything, but she'll just go, mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so Raikuk isn't very talkative while he's driving. He's keeping all of his attention on the road, which is pretty good because this is a big, heavy vehicle and it looks kind of difficult to handle. And eventually you arrive at a modest-looking hotel. He pulls up in front of it and gets down and gets the door for you and says, You've paid me well. I'll be with you here all day. Anywhere you want to go, just let me know.
Well, thank you. For another 10 credits apiece, he's an author and I'm a historian. We're working on a book about military on local planets in the sector. The history, the great battles fought, the traditions, all of that. If we wanted to talk to some local military folks, where would we go?
He kind of smiled. Well, I have a feeling if you just turn around, you'll find some. Now, if you're really wanting to talk about military history, that kind of thing, I suppose you can find most of that stuff at any of the libraries.
Okay, any museums, local branch offices, tours, things like that?
Oh, sure. There's some museums. I don't think that you'll probably be able to get into any of the bases. They're pretty secure.
Well, of course.
Yeah, actually, I think probably your best bet is to go down to the cathedral, actually, because they've got this hall with murals and plaques and everything from the Unification Wars. Big deal, celebrating lots of the heroes of the wars. The priests would be delighted to just tell you anything that you want to know in Mogren's name.
Okay. And if we wanted to interview some active personnel, you mentioned the people behind us, but they might just be passing by. Do you know where any local experts might be, or anybody who is actively recruiting or PRing or anything?
I think you'd want to ask about that at the church also.
Okay.
And he kind of looks both directions and he leans in close. He says, and honestly, I'd be a little bit careful about getting too curious with any of them directly. They don't really like questions all that much.
Oh, I understand. Thank you. And I'll head into the hotel.
All right. So it's pretty much what you'd expect from a mid-range hotel. It's got the typical services. And again, the prices aren't so high that I'm going to be concerned about them. Oh, and by the way, you way overtip Raikuk if you're offering him 10 more credits a piece to...
Yes. I realized that it was 2 for the ride, so
right.
We just tipped him 500% for a little more information.
So, Brian, while they're checking out the accommodations and whatnot, could I play a little bit in my surveillance hobby and just casually check some of the comms channels that I might be able to pick up from the surrounding area, just to understand if I hear anything interesting, or phrases or names or whatever. Is that allowed?
Certainly.
Okay.
Give me a 2D recon roll.
Okay.
An effect of 0. Okay. You pick up one thing on a channel that it is encrypted, but the encoding is easy enough for you to break. It wasn't done very, very thoroughly. And so you pick up a little bit of chatter about a recent visit from an Imperial Navy ship that called at a research station. You don't get any information about, what research station, but you do know, based on the level of technology and the apparent inaccuracy of the data about this world, that it's kind of weird that there was an Imperial ship here. So that seems sus to you.
Okay. Cool. I will make note of that. Thank you.
Back at the hotel, you've gotten checked in. Kazana, do you want to attempt to find any trade goods here?
In the hotel? Or just in the town?
Yeah.
I can look. Is there anything left in our fund, like our trading fund?
Let me take a look at what you got.
Because we haven't sold anything yet, right?
Not yet,
Right.
but if you sell off those weapons here, then you'll be able to apply that to...
Yeah, so far we've been chauffeured and gone to a hotel. Do we know what the industry of this planet is yet?
No, you haven't
Yeah.
asked anybody about that or discovered that.
Because I'll go out then, and scope out with the eventual goal of looking for trade goods. But I kind of want to find what people do, what the everyday folks are up to.
Okay. It looks like your current treasury is 17,000 credits.
Okay.
And I guess I will roll for another rumor for you. This is fun. I haven't used the rumor tables before. You're out and you're talking to people, and you're finding out that it's largely an agrarian world. It's fairly well self-sufficient. They don't get a whole lot of interstellar trade here. Everything that you're seeing around, all of the industry is homegrown. So it's not very specialized. It's very general. They do a little bit of everything. But in terms of what would be likely to be exported off world, it's probably going to be exotic organics of some kind. However, there's a gossipy and a very opinionated young man that has struck up a conversation with you, and he seems to just want to educate you about everything about this planet.
Great.
And all of the problems that they're having and the politics and everything. And he thinks that it's just ridiculous that the Imperium has been leaving Beck's world high and dry because they have so much to offer, and they've imposed imperial rule, and they put this knight here, and he's just not doing anything for the planet. And there's this imperial research station down in south, and it just proves that they're just using us for their purposes and their goals, and they're not really bringing anything into the world because they've got the research station, but they're not buying anything. They just bring all of their own goods in from outer space, and they don't even pass them on. And
Have you been to the research station?
been to the research? No, nobody goes there. I mean, it's way down south in the ice flows, and they don't want anybody coming close.
Interesting. Do you know how close people can get?
I don't know. You'd have to ask a sailor about that. Maybe one of the
But
ice.
there's no workers or anything. So you're not a sailor. What is it that you do?
Oh no, me. I just work here at the grocer. I carry things and sell things, sure. And but I'm educating myself, and I'm going to make something myself. I'm thinking about going into politics, and I'm going to try and to get in on that knight's staff and see if I can do something about getting some Imperium goods coming through here, and maybe open an export route, because we'd be a great place on the export route, and we get lots of information coming through here, and it would just be great for the entire system. And he just goes on and on.
Well, take it from me, working with a knight, not all it's cracked up to be, must be said. But yeah, so is this a port city?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Based on what you picked up as you were coming down, most of the cities on this planet, the larger ones at least, are
Yeah.
on the coast. And so it seems likely that they have a lot of commerce going across the oceans.
Yeah, I want to go there then and look for some trade goods there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a trader roll then.
I mean, what difficulty is this?
Two dice. All right. So as expected, you find a couple of people willing to sell. They're not really prepared to sell off world like immediately. It might take 3 or 4 days to get the goods to the poet. But there's a load of antiseptics that you estimate might be useful elsewhere, and they have this kind of flower here that produces a very sweet and interesting tasting nectar. That the merchant says, this is a real delicacy on our world. I've never really tasted anything quite like it. It's quite unique, and I think you'll probably be able to draw some market elsewhere.
Yes, I like nectar idea. That's fun.
Based on your conversation, it seems like the nectars in particular are priced really well.
Great.
It would cost you, assuming you don't make any do any haggling. His initial price is $23.80 per ton.
Did you say per pound or per ton?
Per ton.
That makes much more sense.
He's got 24 tons available.
Great. Cool. And can I ask around more about if there's like a no sale zone around this research station, or if people take passengers out there ever? That would be the more interesting one.
Let's see. I'm going to give you a more targeted rumor since you're talking to... All right, so you find an old man. Seems to want to just have a conversation, and he talks at length about the research station. He tells you all kinds of things without actually conveying any real information.
Good.
But he does say that his ship made a delivery to the station's underwater dock because the place was iced in that winter. Apparently because there's a lot of ice. It's a cool planet. Most of the sailing on this world is not done in ships, but in submarines.
Okay, so they do accept deliveries. All right, yeah, that's a useful nugget of information. I'll take that back. And give everybody else the details on our potential nectar trade.
What are you doing for dinner?
Any good barbecue joints?
Yeah.
Did I hear that on comms?
I'm assuming yes.
Because I had something in my hand. I was trying to clean up the kitchen, and I dropped it on the floor. Now I got to clean something else up again. And you hear me go, "Dang it, Chase!"
Dave, you were saying something?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we find one of the local places and get some to-go orders for our buddies back on the ship.
All right. Okay. Let's see. To-go orders throws a wrench in my plan.
I love it.
The smallest things can derail a scenario.
I know. And we don't even mean to. It just happens.
All right. So I'm going to say Ray Cook has recommended a place to you. And he takes you to a place called the Otogash Restaurant, which does takeout. And this is kind of on the outskirts of town, so it's proximate to the spaceport. And it's a large, sloped, semi-permanent pavilion. And it's a cafeteria-style establishment. They only offer one main dish option each meal, but they have a wide variety of supporting dishes. Mm-hmm. And they're happy to box something up for you. It smells just amazing. And you're watching the chefs prepare it, and they're just very precise, putting a lot of love into this food. And the
place was named, oh my gosh?
Otogash.
Oh, Otogash. Okay.
And so while you're standing there and you're waiting for your meal to be prepared with great love and attention to detail, you all notice that there's this creature nearby. It's a small bird-like alien, and it's kind of creeping up, kind of towards you. And when somebody looks at it, it dodges away a little bit, and it looks very interested in approaching you. But anytime one of the native Bexworlians, one of the locals, looks at it, it gets really nervous. How do you respond?
Is there a chance I'd recognize what kind of thing this is? I don't really have any biology or other things. Animal rider.
Give me a 4D history roll.
Okay. Right on it.
The creature seems kind of familiar to you. You think you've maybe seen pictures of it in a book before. They're not restricted specifically to this world. They've been encountered on other worlds also, but you don't really know anything about them. You just have this vague remembrance that they exist in several places in the galaxy.
Okay, and they are animal, not intelligent.
No, they are intelligent.
Okay, like sentient intelligent.
As far as you can remember, yeah, they're
okay.
They're not regarded as a spacefaring race or anything, but they definitely do have at least some kind of self-awareness and intelligence.
Okay. The flying sleestack.
And the wings are so small and weak-looking that you are pretty sure it wouldn't be able to fly, at least not in this gravity and atmosphere.
Okay.
Do you respond to it at all?
So it does want to get close to us, but doesn't want to be seen doing so, is the impression I'm getting?
That's one way you could interpret its behavior, yeah.
Okay. I will use my foot to slowly scoot out the empty chair opposite me, right, as if I were inviting someone to sit.
It takes that as enough encouragement, and it cautiously edges its way up to the table. And it says, I wonder if you are outsiders. You are not from here. I wonder if you could help me, please.
What is it you would like?
I lived in my nest with my family, and there was a small village. And a few years ago, we were taken from our home. Myself and two of my siblings. There were rough men, dangerous, scary men wearing guns, and they have uniforms with silver discs. And they put us in a cage for several days in a ship, and then finally they put me and my siblings in a prison, and I was there for a year, maybe several months at least, and there were many cells, each of them crowded with many creatures. Some of them I do not think they were of this world, and there were metal monsters that guarded us.
Metal monsters?
Yes. And a few weeks ago, I escaped. I sneaked out of my cell and I jumped in the water and swam. I don't remember much after that. I washed up on a beach, and I made my way here, living off the land, looking for help, for someone to help me. And I tried to get help from the humans, but they threw rocks and they chased me away. Please, they'll kill my nestmates. I know it. They're doing terrible experiments. Well, won't you help me, please?
I'll discuss it with my crew. But in the meantime, you're certainly welcome to have a seat with us and get your fill of some food.
Oh, yes, food. And about this time, the server comes over with your boxes, scowls for a moment, and says, get on with you and take that chirper with you.
Well, we're just leaving anyway.
The friendliness that they had expressed to you before is quite gone.
Yeah, I reached down to take back part of the tip, and then I changed my mind.
As you leave, Jace happens to glance over his shoulder and notices that the the server has gone to the phone.
Is it bad? I want that little guy to join our crew, though.
He tells you his name is Cherie.
Cherie.
I get the feeling he might be about to join a mission anyway.
Would that be Chim Chim Cherie?
No, just Cherie. He's covered in small, scaly feathers, and his eyes can see almost completely around him.
Whoa.
Who's the smallest person in the party?
I don't know that we've ever determined that.
I think it's you, Jace.
Oh, well, it's not going to work if it's me.
Did you say the smallest person?
Yeah.
Because I thought that we had put height on here. Am I thinking of a different game?
No, I think we've got height on here. At least I thought we had.
No, I don't remember seeing it.
No, it's not on here.
Yeah, I guess not.
I didn't remember putting that on the character sheet.
Yeah.
Because whoever is the shortest, that's not me, because I have other things to do.
Oh, really?
We need to get Cherie to join us, and then they can hide in the trunk with Cherie. So that's where Chim Chim goes, right?
Yep. Right in the Mach 5.
I'm so lost.
You're so young. That's what the problem is. You're so young.
No, do not let him talk to you like that.
I think, honestly, all of us are too young for that movie if you wanted to look at it that way.
You mean a 1960s anime? Or was it 70s?
I'm not following it.
I think I remember it from my childhood, but
I remember.
I grew up with it. All right. I'll.
It's Speed Racer.
Before we get into the cab.
Yeah, it was the 60s.
I'll tap the comm and let the other folks know. Hey, we have some food we're going to bring back to you, along with potentially a new friend here.
Cool. I've just about got the kitchen cleaned up. I'll make sure we've got some things in order. Are you needing an extra room or something prepared?
Wouldn't hurt to do that. Let's get together and decide what to do.
Cool. How much space are we thinking?
Birdcage? Not a lot.
Thinking Cherie probably wouldn't appreciate being put in a cage again.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And I'll have Cabby take us back to the ship so we can drop off the go bags.
He looks very disgruntled about having the chirper along.
Well, he did just get a really big tip earlier.
Yeah, and that's really the only thing that has persuaded him to let you bring the thing into his immaculate vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
How is Cherie behaving?
Cherie appears to be very polite, frightened. It's doing its best to not draw any attention to itself.
All right.
All right, so you get back to the spaceport. Are you going to bring Cherie in openly or try to sneak in past the guards?
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be a good idea to just parade him through the airport to our ship. Do they have a, luggage rental place or something?
I imagine you could probably find something of that sort.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to need you to hop in here for a little bit so we can get you to our ship without drawing a lot of attention. Is that okay?
I do not like very small spaces, but
only for about 15 to 20 minutes while we walk down the way over to there.
Oh, okay. Please, as quickly as you can. And he climbs very nervously into the suitcase.
It's actually like a big travel trunk, isn't it?
Yeah, the trunk monkey. Is there any skill at comforting somebody?
There is, in fact. If you want to go to the personals again, I would think that by the name it doesn't seem appropriate, but carouse. This is just trying to.
Okay, yeah, just build a relationship, get some rapport going.
Yep. And so I would think that casual.
Yeah, carouse casual. Polite.
Yeah, it doesn't give you any particular
Or-
benefits, but I
Familiarity, maybe?
think familiarity might work. That you're trying to build that with him.
Yeah.
And then definitely comfort. So, well, the tactic doesn't really make any difference since the purpose is only 1. But that means you're rolling 1d against a target number of 3.
Okay. And I do have a +1 with carouse.
Right, so target number 4 then. All right. So you managed to keep his PTSD in check, comforting, and once you get him out of the case, and he springs right out of it and explores the galley quite curiously. It's clear that this is not the kind of places that he's ever been.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. This has been Hard Traveling Geeks, presented by Geek at Arms. As always, you can find more actual play experiences and episodes of the Geek at Arms podcast at geekatarms.com.